No double dribble. Both hands dribble. Only once.
What are you doing, Andrew?
Those
are basketball notes.
I know. Hands only. Guy doesn't push. Baby. You put baby.
There.
What's good? What's good?
Yeah, let's answer you this. What? Yeah. Okay, it says almost all skills are yeah.
Let's see what this
Basketball
will be.
basics. Step 2.
Oh no, wait.
Step and then
come make it
pass
move
or
that?
shoot. Prevent foot must stay on ground. No double dribble. Both hands dribble. Only once.
Okay, let's see.
Guide hands.
Okay, we
only,
should be good. We should be good.
Guide
I think.
doesn't push baby. Wait, that's it.
Let me see.
Your bottom
Right
one
over
didn't make
here.
sense. I said ball. I said push
Alright,
ball.
move over here.
Oh.
Alright.
This is push baby.
What's good? What's good? What's good in the YouTube world?
Oh.
What's cracking like it?
Oh, you did scribbles
Let's see.
and the L went into like a B.
Had to just set it up really quick. You know what I mean?
What?
Kilo, what's up, my boy? What's cracking like it? Oh, this is a new way of doing it. Never seen this way. Okay. I love that gap. Hey, that's right, my boy. I appreciate the support, Carnal. You already know, homie. What up, bro? Did you watch the Lakers versus Wizards? Man, I stopped watching the Lakers already a long time ago, my boy. I ain't even trying to watch them no more, bro. They got me so mad right now, bro. They playing like if I don't know what's up with them.
Did you know the Panthers?
But I seen that LeBron had a 52 point game. No.
Dad, did you know the Panthers never won a Super Bowl?
Yeah, they suck.
Same with the Bengals.
Yeah, but the 52 points, man, LeBron James, man, as old as he gets, he's still playing like chingon. But then again, he spends a lot of money like fixing his body up. They say that he spends up to like something $1 million on his body. Like, damn, dog,
Well,
a mil on his body?
If you be smart about it, how much money does he get from that game?
Oh, yeah, financially, it's a good, he invests in his body. That's smart. You know, that fool's not dumb. All these fools need to, instead of these fools investing in themselves, because if you notice, back then, the NBA players used to play a lot more rougher, and there was like less like rules, but they would get less injured. Now, these fools get more injured nowadays. Like they're more fragile or something like that. Lakers are straight basura because of everyone else. Yeah, it's not only that, my boy, is Westbrook is very hard to, he's very hard to gel with, you know what I mean? And then they traded away all their key pieces, so right now they all feel like they can't, they ain't shit cracking, so that's why, no motivation, yeah, and you're right, because they're more older too, they think that, like, why should I have to fix my game, you know what I mean? Like, they have that mental, like, it's not me, so I don't have to improve in any way, you know what I'm saying? So that's how they see it. When you have all that mental comparison when you're younger, and it's going downhill, then you're gonna be like, all right, let me step it up. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna put in more energy. But they ain't gonna see it that way, because they're older. Like, you already know the older veteranos think that they do everything right, my boy.
Oh my goodness!
You can't really tell them nothing. Hectic nasty on my way to Cali, fool. Sup, S Shadow. What's good, my boy? What's cracking like it?
Oh, Dad, look at my phone. Oh, look at that, my phone. Oh, Dad, look at my phone.
Those are broken. What's cracking like it with you, my boy? But the Warrior, what do you think about the Warrior? You think the Warrior might pull it off? I don't think so.
I'm just gonna be trying.
I think right now, I don't really see like nobody that I could honestly say will take it all like right now in a bag, like volada. Anybody's ball game, but I prefer when it's like that. If anything, I'm passing your city right now. That's right, my boy. Passing Noho.
The phone's on now.
Where you off to, carnal?
Break this phone down.
Tow cars. Oh, what's good with you, my boy? What's cracking like it? Hey, you're gonna break it like that more.
I'm gonna get a first sharpener.
What's wrong with the one that I gave you? Here, let me sharpen it.
Look, it's broken. That's why.
Let me see.
From right here, it bended.
Yeah, but you can use the other side. Let me see. Bro, this is perfectly sharp already as it is.
No, it needs to be like Bob Ross's pencil.
Who the hell is Bob Ross?
Who's Bob?
Who's Bob Ross?
Well, he's more like a painter, not a drawer.
He's an artist?
Mhm.
He's Picasso?
Has like a bit like the.
I watch Bob Ross. That I'm talking myself though.
Going to Rosarito? Damn, my boy, that's right. That vato's living the life. Vato said Rosarito. What up, Ese? How you been, my boy? Good. What about you, Eats? What's cracking like in? I feel like the East is very open right now. Yeah, the East is open.
Oh my gosh!
Especially since everything, like, I don't know. The East always just seems to get worse and worse for some odd reason. You don't really have a six squad. Like, the Pacers are really, Pistons are, not relevant. The Bulls might be the Bulls. The Bulls are the only ones that are playing like pretty chingon because the Celtics fell off too. Like, I don't know what's going on with the Celtics. You know what I'm saying? Probably the Bulls are the only ones that are playing like. Oh, and Milwaukee, of course. The Bucks. But they're not even playing all that great either to be like, oh shit, better watch out for them vatos. Pinches up to no good, sipping on that Modelo. That's right, my boy. That good life. Ramon, what's good with you, my boy? What's cracking like it? ¿Y eso que vas a ir a Rosaritos, Hector? You gonna enjoy what, birthday weekend vacation, or what's cracking like it? I've been out there in a long ass time. That should be cracking over there though. That's for sure. But I already know that anywhere over there that should be cracking. Right there, you can literally stay drinking and bumping it to like 7 in the morning the next day, and they won't even be tripping. Aquí ya llegan las 12, güey, ya te están llamando a la policía, güey. Valiendo verga.
They copied you some aquí.
You know what I'm saying?
Easy drawing.
Even though that people still don't give a damn and they'll be partying it, either way. I mean, they have the Bucks, Sixers. Nah, the Sixers. I don't. I think the the James Harden trade wasn't really all that. Because I thought it was gonna elevate them more, but they're pretty much still the same. You know what I'm saying? They're not really, they're not better, but I mean, they didn't get worse either. They pretty much just stay the same. Bulls, the Nets. I thought they were gonna be 15 times more chingon, fool. Honestly, the Nets are just as disappointing as the Lakers. Remember that before the season started, everyone said there was gonna be Lakers versus Nets. Yeah, right. What happened to that? The Cavs are okay this year. Yeah, they're so-so. They're so-so. With a bunch of oddballs, but oddballs are not gonna win you championships. You know what I'm saying? It's rare that an oddball team ever. No, I don't think an oddball team has never won a championship because the Pistons, más o menos, had some semi-good players. When they won it that one year. You know what I mean? Yepa. OG, triple OG in the casa. You sure, my boy? This is Little Loco. Well, let me find out it's one of your accounts, homie. How many do you have, my boy? Shoot one of them. Shoot me an extra account, my boy. Hey, how do you guys make so many accounts, dog? Like, how do you do that? Like, how do you do extra accounts? How does that work? Don't you need like multiple email addresses for that? Or how does that work?
Like the same name and just add one, and then another account and add two. Maybe not. Might be different. I do not know. I don't even know what I'm talking about. My ice cream cone's turning out good.
I'm on my burner account. You blocked me last time. I didn't block you, my boy. You tripping? This vato said I blocked him. Come on, my boy. Don't go and start making up shit either now. Come on now, homie. Let's keep it 100 right here. Let's keep it 100. I don't block nobody, carnal. If you like Scante? No. Why you trying to offer me some? Are you the plug? What up, saludos, homie? Hey, saludos to you too, Jose. Danji, I haven't passed through here since I was like 15 years old. Yeah, long time, huh? I got the Celtics and I was happy. Straight, but after that All Star break, yeah, been okay. I know. I thought Jason Tatum was gonna do a lot more, and Brown too, but I don't know. This is really but oh, what happened? Stockton. That's right, Stockton tapping in. The homie Jesus was cracking like him. Hit that like, yeah, hit that like button. That should be coming through.
No,
They
not
need
just the like button and the subscribe button.
oh boy, maybe one of your moderators. Nah, they don't. They don't have the wait. Could moderators block people? Nah, huh? I don't think that they. I don't think that they have that. I don't think they have that ability. I think they could only do it on the lives. I think they only have. Or I don't even know. To be honest with you, dog, I don't know. I don't know how the moderator things work. Nah, I think they could only do it on the lives. I don't think they could block somebody like actually from the channel. Or maybe can chingados sabe, güey. So yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that because I noticed that YouTube be doing a lot of things with my channel because they had taken the ranch one time away from Ormiga and 626, and then I don't know, these would be doing some, I don't know. Got some complaints for them vatos. Every time I hit them up with complaints, they never reply back. Only when it's theirs. They're like, you don't get a complaint. What a G. Oh, what's good with you, David Montoya? I'm gonna have to look into that now. Now you actually piqued my curiosity on that shit. Because I know if I go on the computer, I'm able to see like what people are actually blocked. You know what I mean? I just be on that. Jeez, muscle, jeez, muscle on this. Oh, that's right, my boy. Whatever passes the time. Yeah, the family from Beach. Oh, that's right, my boy. Stockton is full of chapetes, homie. Just kidding. I was about to say, what the hell? Wait, it's in the north, my boy. Ya dicen que eres norteño, güey. Dicen que eres norteño, eres surteño. Yup. They say you everybody, my boy. I think well, they say you're me. They say you're Mr. Night Owl, even though he passed away. Didn't they throw already everybody in the? I think everybody already has been you at least once. I want to say at least once. At least once you've been every YouTuber, if I'm not mistaken. At least once, maybe 2 times. I think I was you like 2 times, if I'm not mistaken. I wonder. I wonder if it really does pique people's curiosity to find out who you are. To be honest with you.
I need a light brown.
Like with so much of the world's problems.
Light brown.
The whole bunch of new gente.
What's the odds that there's actually a brown in there?
It only shows growth, no? With that's pretty cool. Here,
No,
homie,
but it's not like
why do you hit that? Why don't I hit the what's ACP? What is that? What is that? Is that like a new group or what? Like, is that like a website or what's up? Or is that a new channel or what's ACP? ACP. Al Capone? I don't know. Yeah, Longo in the casa. That's right. Woo woo. Sub Shadow, what's good with you, my boy? I'm everyone, homie, but I used to go buy bullet from Florence. Serio? Now you're bullet from Florence? Which one? Little, small, medium? And that's all I will say. A convict's perspective. Oh, a convict's perspective. Now I have my reasons. I know what you're trying to do, my boy. Nah, but I have my reasons why I don't. And I won't be discussing it on the internet, my boy. That was said Al Capone. Hey, I'm telling you, I'm not really good when it comes to like the YouTube thing. Is that what their channel's called? ACP? A convict's perspective makes sense. Would be a good I don't know. Yeah. You watch American Cholo's YouTube channel, Simon? I watch his channel. From time to time, I'm not gonna say that like I watch his channel a lot, but I do scope out some of his videos, you know what I mean? If the title of the video catches my interest, I will click on it, you know what I mean? Like I normally don't really be watching that many street channels. I honestly don't watch street
I'm gonna be
channels.
sleeping in the living room today.
Why?
I wanted to.
Why?
I wanted to.
You know, I normally like watching like sports or educational stuff. You know,
You mean science? Science.
yeah, history. You know, like I hear enough about the streets like on a day to day since we live it, so it's like you know we need a break from it too. Um, I like your stilo, my boy. Hey, gracias, carnal. I appreciate it. Can only be me. But like I'm not hating on their channels, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's like, you know, they do them and I do me, you know what I'm saying? Like you know, no hatred or anything like that. There's just certain channels that I just don't mess with for, you know, personal reasons, you know. But it's not like, you know, like I don't appreciate people like, oh, you know, you're messing with that, don't mess with me. Like, no. Like, oh, that is nonsense. Hey, gracias, my boy. Likewise too. Oh, what up, my boy? Is me, OG Heats. That's right. What's good with you, Heats? What's cracking like it? Are you into UFC? Yeah, I seen the fight. It was so. The fight was so. You know, I thought it was gonna be like a little bit better of a fight, but you know, Shadow, you remind me of my primo stranger. Serio? Sounds like he's a firme vato. More organic, homegrown. Oh, what's good with you, Mr. Brooks? Mr. Brooks is definitely in the house. Go subscribe to Mr. Brooks' channel right there. What's good with you, carnal? What you up to? Let me get you sipping on a high life right now.
It is.
But I seen that there's a bunch of new channels, no? Cause like on my what are those things called when it pops out on the bottom of your thing, your
For you pay library.
your related videos, no? I think that's what they're called, related videos. On my related, no,
I could.
on suggestion videos. There you go, on suggestion videos. Suggestion videos. I see different more channels pop up. No. You got 24K from my.
You mean subscription?
Got a 24 that to yourself?
Subscription.
Damn, homie, play the suggestion videos. A 24. Damn, homie. What? Don't drink them too fast now, carnal. Fresh lineup, homie. Where do you get your cut at? Even though I haven't said fresh lineup.
Bro, there's YouTubers that I don't even know what I'm subscribed to.
Edward Scissorhands cuts my hair. Man, just got done with a freestyle. That's right, homie. You hitting the freestyle? That's right.
That there's YouTubers I don't even know that I'm somehow subscribed to.
It says, what are your thoughts on Cain Velasquez, UFC fighter? My thoughts on him is that he's definitely gonna go to jail. He's definitely gonna do a long time. I think he should have carried himself a lot better than what he did. But I don't blame him for what he did. You know what I mean? I think he shouldn't have done it the way he done it, but I mean I don't blame him either. I mean, you know, if I was in that situation, I would want to, you know, buck that food too, you know, but I wouldn't have done it like that though, you know, because I mean you put a lot of lives in jeopardy, my boy. You know, any of those bullets you release out of your chamber could have hit any kid in any vehicle. So at the same time, you know, this is regardless of our law, right? If our law's messed up, if it's not fair, if we don't get, you know, at the end of the day, my boy, we can't take the law into our own hands. You know what I'm saying? Despite how you feel about the matter, I get it because he's a Chester, you know, which is a scum. I hate Chesters, you know, myself. The scum of the scum, the worst of the worst. You know, they should all rot in hell. But at the end of the day, you can't take the law into your own hands, regardless. You know. You can feel however you want, but you're not allowed to, my boy. This world doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Because then if you allow him to go free and you show that it's okay, then it's okay for anybody just to do any of this stuff now. You know what I mean? What's stopping anybody from doing the same and using the same argument? You get what I mean? You know, you know, where's the order at? You know, I get it, you know, because of the situations it is messed up, you know what I mean? And we have ourselves to blame for our justice system being this way, for not actually voting, you know, and actually changing these laws, you know, and actually, you know, making it right, I guess. But instead, people rather complain from their couches instead of actually getting up and actually voting. You know what I mean? Because people want to complain about it after, like after shit is already goes to shit. People want to be complaining and just like, yeah, pa qué? Like when you had the opportunity and the chance, to go and actually vote for some of these bills, for however you view it best, you decided just to be like, nah, I ain't finna wait, or I don't want to go and fill all that shit out. But then you want to be complaining after. I don't understand.
Had you chance?
So it's a messed up situation, but at the end of the day, he couldn't do that either. You know what I mean? Because he could have killed the kid himself, and then what? What was he gonna do after that? Like, let's say if any of those bullets he released out of his chamber hit a vehicle, and the vehicle had a kid in it, or let's say it hit two of his bullets hit two vehicles and killed two kids. Then what? Were people gonna say that that's still okay? That he still had the right to go and do what he did? No, he didn't, right? You know. And those are the facts. Because if that situation would have happened and two kids would have died, I guarantee you people wouldn't be like, free of a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because now the situation is different. So it's like, okay, so goes to show that it's not okay what he did. You know what I mean? Just because it didn't play out that way, I mean, but the possibility it could have happened. You know what I mean?
50-50.
And he didn't think about those risks. He didn't think about those chances. He just went and did it. He didn't care that potentially it could have happened.
He didn't think of the bad things, but he thought of the good things.
Yeah, see, he was only thinking about himself. His outcome. What about it? What about other people's outcomes? That's why you just can't take the law into your own hands and shit like that. About to put the lemon on my hot Cheetos. That's right. Ooh. That actually sounds bomb. I ain't even gonna lie. Homie, do you do burpees? Hell nah. Before, I haven't done those shits in a while.
Yeah, you're fat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I haven't done none of those in a woo. We do them with a hamburger. Like, we get a hamburger and we go 1, 2. That's the only kind of burpees we do. This ain't the pinta no more. Why would we still want to live like we're busted? Eating spreads and doing burpees. What up, Sombra? Oh, what's good with you, Pistol Blaster? If I hear my baby say to me, anyone with them, I'm going to vacation for a long time. Did you hear about the owner of the gardens getting sued about the gang problem? What's your thoughts about? Yeah, actually, I was seeing that. That is actually ridiculous.
Dad, what did the cow say to their other cow?
What?
Nice to meet you.
Oh God. Yeah, I seen that. I think that is ridiculous. I think it's the most stupidest thing I've ever heard. You know why that happens though? Because supposedly, certain sections do have this where if you're the owner of the building, right, and you guys have a gang problem in the area, you're not allowed to rent your units to gang members, which in itself is stupid and violates your rights. But anywho, how is this person supposed to know that these people are these people? You know what I mean? What, they tell them? You know what I'm saying? Like, that is ridiculous. So that's gonna get dropped. Obviously they could try to sue him, but it's gonna get dismissed. The judge is not gonna waste his time with that mamada. He's gonna be like, get the hell out of here. That's the problem. There's some people that literally try to sue people for stupid shit, like that guy that sued Red Bull because it didn't give him wings. And I'm not even lying about that. Go look into it. Somebody sued Red Bull, my boy, because it didn't give him wings. I'm not even exaggerating about that. But just to give an idea of what kind of world we live in. And that's a real thing, my boy. He sued Red Bull because it did not give him wings. So he sued him for obviously false advertisement. Like, dog, damn well as hell that shit wasn't gonna give you no wings.
Do you want to hear another joke?
What?
Why did the kid throw his watch outside?
Why?
He wanted to see time fly.
Hey, what do you think about homies that do time and come out different because they say they have to get along in jail? What do you mean? Like, if they come out different because they have to get along in jail? I don't get it.
How come I can't?
Like, the homies do that? I never heard of such a thing. You know, you really don't have to get along. Like when they say like, "Oh, but you have to be friend with your enemy," guys. You know that that's not true. You know what I mean? I mean, you guys will have to like function right there, but you don't have to talk to them and shit like that. You know what I mean? You don't have to be like buddy buddy with them and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, you could be doing your thing. You could be doing their thing. So actually, that's false. But you know, it's the rhetoric that people like to throw out there all the time. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people like to throw out a bunch of stuff. You know, they literally be winging it left to right. And where they get this information, why they think this information is actually valid, is because it comes from ex gang members. You get what I mean? But the thing people have to realize is, yeah, they're ex gang members. You know what I mean? Of course, they're gonna say a whole lot of stuff. You know what I mean? You know, of course, they're gonna try to make it look like stupid and pointless. You know what I mean? They're holding some type of animosity themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, they're still gonna hold some kind of grudge themselves. You know. Hey, that's true. Can't take the law into your own hand. You can, my boy. You know, nobody can. You know, not just him, but you know. And I get it. It's a messed up. You know, it's a messed up situation, homie. You know, it's grave. But at the end of the day, you just, you know, my homie just got out of prison, and he talks about his politics. All he talks about is his politics. Really, he shouldn't be talking about that. Those are not very smart conversations to be having out in the open. You know, some individuals do the stuff that they do for, I don't know. I think that they try to impress other people and stuff like that. That's the only reason I could think about it. But at the same time, it's like, bro, by you doing that, you're potentially, you know, risking yourself getting in a wreck. You know what I mean? And then they're right there whining and crying and talking about like why the homie's tripping on them, and it's like, well, you do a whole lot of weird stuff. Yeah. I strongly disagree with you, my boy. Oh, about the Cain Velasquez? No, well, yeah. I mean, people can see it different ways. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion on the matter. You know,
Yeah.
Cain Velasquez messed up in my book. He should have.
Do I want to see
He
my
should have finished the job. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Do I
Like,
want to see my drawing?
I like it.
And ice cream cone.
See, the way I see it is like this. He should have bucked him, but when he's right there in front of him, you know what I mean? He should have bucked him like that. That's what I'm saying. Because that's what I would have done, but not in a high speed chase. My boy shooting at a moving car is what I'm trying to say. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, you know, you could do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I would have done. I would have smoked that fool, but and then I would have gone to jail. You know, and I wouldn't have been upset. You know. Like, because obviously I know what I did, so now it's time to go pay, you know, the price. But I'll be doing the time, you know, happy, you know. What happened to Russians war? Man, that was tripping. You know, that it's only gonna start escalating, my opinion. He already has his foot like way too deep in, you know. He look, the reason he won't want to back down now, or you know, show any kind of how could I say, like,
I told my office.
you know, backstepping or whatever, is he has an ego as big as Donald Trump, my boy. So he's gonna, in his head, he's gonna think that's gonna make him look weak, that is gonna make him look and he's not, he doesn't want that, you know what I mean? So he already went in too deep, homie. There's no going back now.
Are you gonna make the function?
Pretty much, you know, it's what's up with that vato. Ever heard of the woman who sued her parents because they didn't consent? Oh my god. No, I never heard of that one, but I do believe it. I do believe it. Has anyone in your gang ever snitched? Yeah, hell yeah. I've had homies that are like my brothers throw rat on me, and snitched on me. That are like my brother. You know what I mean? Yeah, it happens. You know what I mean? It is what it is, dog. It's a cold game, but I mean, potentially you know that this all could happen and stuff like that. So it's like you know you just take it, you take it, you know, you take it and you keep moving forward. Just, you know what I mean? Pretty much
That's
that's all you could do. I think she won the case. No, she didn't, my boy. Warriors got Warriors go to war, and I'm going to war for Ukraine if they let me go. Yeah, I mean, shit. If Russia comes over here, I mean, we're all gonna have to go to war. Yeah, but you know, we're all willing to go to war either way. You know, what I mean? Right here they're gonna have a pretty hard time. You know, because more of their citizens are armed. See, if Ukraine citizens would be armed, right now all of them would be able to defend their country a whole lot better, you know, instead of, you know, using shovels and, you know, hammers and
and spoons.
all this shit I've been seeing them use, you know what I mean? Hey, but at least they're trying, you know what I mean? They're cocktails, they're homemade cocktails, you know what I mean? So and that's the thing that's gonna happen. They're gonna find pockets like this of rebel. People think that your citizens are not armed, so what damage could they possibly do? No, my boy, when you have numbers like that, believe it or not, even if they're not armed and they're not trained, they're gonna do some kind of damage though, regardless. You know what I mean? You're gonna feel the damages. You know what I'm saying? Um, you're gonna feel them, and people get tired of fighting after a while. You know what I mean? Even your soldiers, you know, like get fed up. Especially, see, where Putin's gonna lose. Why I feel he's gonna lose? Well, it's a communist country. You know what I mean? So he rules. He pretty much doesn't give his people rights. So you know, this person that treats you guys like shit, homie, and then he wants you to still do this and that. After a while, they just get tired of listening and they just rebel against you. You know what I'm saying? That's why countries like that will never win. You know what I mean? Because when you treat your people like shit, but you still expect them to do you favors, my boys, war doesn't work like that. It doesn't. Um, King Cobras tonight? Oh, it's always King Cobras, my boy. You already know. Shadow Loke, love the live. Did you watch the UFC fight? Yeah, hey, I scoped it out. I thought it was gonna be a little bit better than what it was, but it was still a fight night. Are you drinking? Oh, you already know we sipping. Fucking my boy. I'm on my way. That's right. Woo woo. Yeah, but that's why I think that Russia wouldn't win, and you know like a big battle like against like the United States and shit like that. Against like Ukraine and like those other smaller countries, yeah, they could bully them, but like a bigger country, like let's say like India or China or the United States, like nah, you know. They'll have to like they could gobble up like all these smaller ones because that's what he wants to do. He's not just gonna do it to Ukraine. He's gonna do it to all of them little places around there. You know, all the ones that used to belong to the Soviet Union because that's what he wants. He wants his empire back. You know what I mean? Their economy was going to shit because the Russians were leaving Russia, dog. Because obviously, hey, who wants to live in a country where you don't have no rights, my boy? So the people leave. So they educate themselves, right? They educate themselves, and then they go find jales like in other places in Europe. You know what I mean? So they take their talents and they go elsewhere. To make a living, because obviously, what good is getting my college diploma and working right here. You're not allowed to do nothing or whatever. So they pretty much get their education and they bounce, fool. That's why he wants to put I think a law where no male is allowed to leave Russia, which is ridiculous, my boy. But for you to see this guy's mind state, homie, that what he thinks he could do, like he thinks he could literally like, okay, if you're born a Russian male, you're not allowed to leave Russia. Like, what makes you think you have the authority like that over people? Like, because you're president, like that doesn't mean shit, fool. You're not their fucking, that's pretty much that's enslavement, homie, modern day enslavement. But and it's crazier that people actually think that they have the power to do this. But hey, I mean, the world in itself, never ceases to amaze me. So I guess, tantas pendejadas. Bust the flow, my G. Oh, you want me to spit up one time? You about to fight on pay per view or this? You see? Nah, through my camarada. You have Instagram? Actually, I do. I think it's Shadow M.O.D. ENT. I think that's what it is. I don't know, my media. The economy is getting so bad right now that Russia that they closed the stock market. Yeah, because of all the sanctions, they're feeling the sanctions. Like, see, what Putin honestly thought, my boy, was he was gonna go in there, and he felt like the rest of these communist countries were gonna support him. You know, like China or North Korea or like you know, any other allies. You know what I mean? The Brazil. But they're not. You know what I mean? Like, cause they see it like, nah, homie, that's your fight, huh? You know what I mean? Like, what are we gonna benefit off of it, Chales? It has to be worth it. See, cause all these guys are just saving their stuff because they know if a war does break out, then they need all of their shit for they can invade all the countries that they want to invade. Because they all have agendas. You know what I'm saying? They all literally have agendas. But Russia's feeling it because I know that a lot of people pulled, like the movie industry pulled their movies out of Russia. Apple pulled all of its, devices, out of Russia. Now they're feeling the effects, homie. That's what honestly thoughtful that people were gonna be like, Simon, homie. They see that's how twisted his mind is. He really thinks that there's nothing wrong with what he's doing and that everybody should be fine with it. It's like, damn, what world does this vato live in? Spit one time. Xbox is banned from Russia now. Hey, that's not all the Apple devices. I heard Pornhub is banned from Russia too. Damn. The blow up dolls are banned from there too. Damn, Russia. Grave, homie. Shit, they ain't playing around. Everything's banned. No fifis, no nothing, no nothing, huh? Está cabrón in Russia right now, homie. Pura Manuela, chingue su madre. In the newspaper, whatever drawings in the newspaper. Just gotta use your imagination. Uh, Apple said Pornhub. Now what is Pudding gonna do? He's gonna have to use Pudding now. You gotta see the new Batman. It doesn't really look that good though. I'm gonna see it though because I'm a big DC fan. But I mean, it really doesn't really catch my attention all that well. They still got X videos though. Well, it's better than nothing, huh? For now though, let's see how long that lasts. They gonna pull that too. He's like, no, if they pull this, that is it. That is final straw. We shall bomb America if they remove X videos. What am I gonna watch in my bomb cellar, huh? That's my Russian accent. They're gonna have to use the lowrider magazines. You're gonna see Putin wearing long socks. Yeah, with the flannel with the one button. Right here in Russia, we be banging too. I heard it. Get a better Batman movie than The Dark Knight, but The Dark Knight is better movie overall. I actually like the Dark Knight movie, so hey, if it could give it competition, I'm down to. You know what I mean? For them to really think that it's like to par with that, I mean, the Dark Knight was some good shit, in my opinion. In Russia now, we be jerking it to Loretta to teenage magazine, teen angels. They're gonna have to order it from Amazon. Putin gotta let the stash grow and go bald. I think he's already bald, no? But he just gotta grow the rosha now. Or you can get those fake mustaches and just glue it on. This is Versailles, Russia. Here in Russia, we bang all sides, not just north and south, but east and west, southeast, west, north, and everything. ¿Qué dice la mafia? Oh, pues ya sabes, compa, aquí nomás. Chelándola. Talking about if Putin was to become a gang member over there in Russia, getting jumped into Barrio Russia 13. 13, 14. He's gonna make surteños real over there. You know, it's gonna be the real surteños. They're gonna use burgundy. They're gonna mix the red and blue color together. That's gonna be their color for sure. Imagine that fool starting getting Aztec tattoos as a mustache. I wonder if anybody has ever tried to do that, huh? Like tattoo, like a Aztec like that, but in a mustache format or a goatee. You know, it's like a tattoo like that. If you see anybody, have you seen anybody after this live with a tattoo like that, my boy? That fool was watching the live, fool. Serio, I'm gonna hit that fool with copyrights. Make that fool delete them taka. Man. Put interesting shirts with have one button on top. Serio. But still having surfer shorts and sandals with only one long sock and the other one an ankle sock and a hole where the big toe goes. Looking all homeless. Serio. If Putin watch this, he about to hack us all. These stupid beaners think he could make fun of me. Huh. We'll see who laughs when I block him from Pornhub. Putin, it was a joke, bro. Relax. Put the button down, bro. That was gonna nuke us because of this. Hey, yo, never mind. Putin is all gravy, homie. You know you down right here. You know it's all good in the hood. Caiga for the carne asada. Pone fino invade primera flags. Oh, that fool said Russian flags. Damn, serio, huh? That fool's their main head, homie. That fool started it. Fool started their clica over here. I forgot about that. Serio. That's why he won. That's actually why he won invade Los Angeles. He's like, nah. That's why I had to leave America. Those gangsters are crazy, man. They tagged all over my ass cheeks. Like, wait. Con el encomar. Todo. Ah. Ese vato es gangster, no creas que no, ese pinche Putin. Así como lo miras. Yeah. Visa MasterCard bailed out. He bailed himself out? Who? Velasquez? Or Putin? That fool will hang all the banks. Fool gonna give a fuck. Fool's down to cut the electricity off over here of America. Se güey le vale verga.
But out of all people, I only catch me.
That fool gives no F's.
Oh.
Fool's down to invade Ukraine, you think he's not gonna drop a nuke over here. Se güey le vale verga. He's gonna be like, well, ¿sabes qué? If nobody likes me, then I'm just gonna blow up the world. Like, sick, twisted bastard.
Oh. Nope.
Because I did know, what I did see is that they actually took over the main nuclear plant of Ukraine, which is, I think, is the biggest in Europe, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
So Russia has already like took that over. You know what I mean? And so now they're scared that, you know, potentially that they could leak, you know, some some of that toxic into like the water and shit like that. But I don't think that they'll do shit like that because you will still be putting your soldiers in jeopardy, you know, of getting, radiation poisoning and shit like that. And I doubt they're gonna want to be stupid enough to put. Well, you know what? Never mind. What the hell am I talking about? They probably would. He'll just trick them. No, I promise, it's good for you. It's kind of like cotton candy. So they probably would. Never mind. I take that back. Because if you've seen, well, I don't know if this is true or not, but I seen the videos where they had captured some the Ukraine people captured some Russians or whatever, and that they told them like that supposedly that Putin lied to them that he told them that this is just supposed to be a training exercise or some shit like that. And then, well, when they heard supposedly that they heard just around the same time as everyone else that they were declaring war on Ukraine or whatever, that he had told them that if they come back, that would be them like being traitors to their country and shit like that. I don't know if that's true or not, but they could have been lying, you know, just for maybe the Ukraine citizens to, you know, feel some kind of sympathy and not like chop them up right there. Make them into carnitas. If anybody put a little mota in your life and the world would be a better place. Yeah, actually, that's true, my boy. Neta. Pero tú sabes, en unos lugares dicen que es el diablo. uh, you already know. Like the Mexican old ladies, they think that shit's the devil, homie. Ese es el diablo. Nomás los pinches pendejos diablos usan eso. I think they need some in their life. If Russian soldiers would just grow some balls and go against him, they could stop the shit. You know what, my boy? In reality, if this is how the world works. In reality, if the people would just stop listening to the government, right? Like if they just said like no, like if everybody just said no, my boy, the government has no power, dog. Who is the government gonna call? If the government calls the army, but the army says no, so now what are they gonna do? If the army already said no to them, and the people say no to them, what are they gonna do? What are those old ass fools in that damn building gonna do? Nothing. So what power does your government have over you? If everyone just said no, if everyone just didn't listen to them, they said no, what are they gonna do? What are those old ass people gonna do, my boy? Nothing. They can't do nothing. People literally have People literally have power because people give them the power. You know what I mean? If people would just like for example, when these people were doing all these marches and everything like that, and they were fucking shit up and all that, and they were talking about how these big corporations eat up these little smaller businesses, and raise up the wages because these big corporations. You want to know how to get these big corporations to listen to you? For one day, if everybody just didn't visit their business, my boy, they will come crying to you the next day and lower the prices on all their shit, my boy. They'll be begging for your income. They'll be selling it to you 50, 60% off just to get some kind of revenue. You can what good is marching and complaining if you're still shopping online, if you're still going to the businesses and shopping? What good is it then? You know what I mean? Your statement's not getting through because they're still getting the check, fool, so they could give a damn. You could march and destroy everything you want. They don't give a fuck. They're getting their money. You know? Like, still want to be complaining, have the audacity to visit their business? Don't. If everyone would just don't go, at least if half of the people wouldn't go, you know what I mean? Oh, they'll be feeling it, homie. They'll be feeling it. They'll be like, oh, hell no. They'll see the graph, how it plummeted, and they'll be like, they'll shit themselves, my boy. They'll faint. They'll faint on the spot. These vatos don't have no power, dog. They just think they have power. The people give them that power. It's ridiculous. It's kind of like the big CEOs, right? That think they had power before, but then when this pandemic first hit, right? These fools thought that they were better than everybody else, right? Because they have feria, nice ramfla. They think that they got it, made. Pandemic hits, businesses shut down and everything like that. So he's not getting no income. So now he's digging into his savings, my boy. Now his savings is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And now he starts panicking and it's like, yeah, what happened, my boy? Yeah, you thought you were better than all of us, huh? But now you realize that you're just a puppet just like everybody else, homie. And you're just as disposable as the next man, homie. So you're not better than nobody right here, homie. That's why you're shitting it now. Now you're realizing, fuck, what am I going to do? Yeah, just like everybody else. But you thought you were better than these people. You know what I'm saying? When these people be firing them and shit like that, you're like, this fool don't give a fuck, dog. You know what I mean? They think that they're like good people, right? That because it's like when businesses close their locations, right? Supposedly because it's not making no money, that they're losing money. They're not losing money. They're just not making as much money as their other locations, right? So that's pretty much what it is. It's not that they're losing any money because they're still getting some kind of income. It's just not as high number that they want it to be. You get what I mean? So that's why they close it down, and they relocate, whatever. So now all these people lose their businesses, they lose their jobs, right? So now they don't know how to pay rent and everything, but they don't give a damn about that. They could care less. You know what I'm saying? But then they think that they're the good guy because they're creating jobs. What jobs? Like you gobbling up and destroying other jobs and shit like that? Like, bro, you're not. How are you gonna create jobs if you're destroying jobs? You know what I mean? But these are questions people never ask. Or never bother to realize. You know what I mean? The Democrats and all these, supposedly like good, like Bill Gates and everything like that. They're full of shit, homie. They're not good, no good people. Just because they donated, they donate some feria here and there, my boy. But look at all the damn businesses they be destroying. Like, yeah, uh-huh. They've been living at the top for so long, my boy. They forgot what the bottom looks like. They ain't even willing to listen to their people, and they expect us to believe that they have it in the best interest of us. Fuck you, do. Put in. Watch this here. I'm telling you, when it comes to like big corporations, ooh, it gets my blood boiling, my boy, because I hate that businesses think that they have it, like they actually have it all. That it's because of them, and it's like it's because of these people that you're at this, the spot that you're at. You know what I mean? So how about treating them right? Like how you gonna be treating them like shit because of them that you're at the position that you're at? And yet they still have the audacity to take advantage of the people that put them in the same spot that they're grateful for. It's ridiculous. And I will always hate people like that. You know what I mean? They want to screw over the gente that puts them, in the spot that they're in. It is sad. I don't know. What was hood? What would put his hood name be? The Donald Trumps, the trumpets. I was put in a timeout. I guess discrimination work both ways. You're put in a timeout. For what? What'd you do? What'd you do? Mexican lady see the food smoking out of a focal and they still say, yeah, for be hitting it hard, huh? That fool had no pookie, had to use a light bulb, had to use aluminum cap. Damn. Is putting going to die. Yeah, putting Cutting is gonna die. How can we make that happen? West checking in. All facts. This is the same I've been saying. Yeah, it's true, my boy. On it. You still wear that. You still wear the mask. You still wear the mask. What mask? Oh, well, yeah, I still wear the mask. You know what I mean? But not because whatever, just for safety reasons. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to get the virus and give it to my kids. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about their safety. Fuck the mask. Not more. Well, everyone can see it their way. I mean, coronavirus is real. That's for sure. You know what I mean? Of course, it's not as bad as they make it seem. It's not, the numbers are not as grave, as they make it seem, whatever. But I do it because I don't want to get it and then give it to my kids. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking about their safety. You get what I mean? Not because of the government or whatever. It's just, I don't want to put them in any kind of jeopardy. You know what I mean? Just because I want to prove a point or whatever. Because let's say, to prove a point, but then my kid getting something bad, does happen. And for what? Because I wanted to prove a point to who? You know what I mean? So what's greater, the safety of my child or whatever? You know what I mean? Because people can't guarantee me the safety of my child, as much as they could guarantee the safety of my child. You know what I mean? Because people could tell me that it's bullshit, but it's like, okay, well, where's the proof that you have that it is for, I don't have to, you know what I mean? And can you guarantee it being 100? And if you can, then I can't take that risk, because my kids are too important to take any kind of risk like that. I'm just saying, everyone can see it differently, but, to me, my kids mean everything to me, so, you know what I mean? I would never do nothing to jeopardize, their safety. I started as controlling things to see how many would comply when everyone started to comply. Oh, that's not true either because I have actually had family members that died, because of that. And I actually got the vaccine since a long ass time ago and I've been fine. It has nothing to do with that. What it is, why people think that it is that, is because they did lie about the numbers. They did exaggerate about the numbers. They were complaining about, they were blowing it out of proportion. They were using COVID they weaponized COVID, right, as a fear tactic, right? At their convenience, they wanted to use it and blow up numbers and shit like that. But then people started catching on, my boy, and and I get it. I get their intentions behind it, right? But at the same time, I have always said this: you will never get nothing good out of lying, my boy. Even if your intentions were good, my boy, if you're lying to these people and they find out, homie, you're fucked. Because now, why should they trust you? So I don't blame people for viewing it this way either, because at the same time, yeah, they were lying. You know what I mean? So now of course, these people People can't be mad that these people are thinking like that because it's like, well, I mean, yeah, I mean that's what happens when you guys play games, dog. Like, why should your citizens trust you guys now? You know what I mean? But I have to use logical and rational sense to things too. Do governments keep secrets? Simon. Like, when people tell me governments have secret plans and all that, those are not conspiracy. Those are facts, my boy. If it's possible, then it's possible. It's a possibility. But when they talk about lizard people and vampires drinking blood and because they want to rule the world, and it's like, my boy, those are not possible things, homie. Because even the ruling over one government, whatever, you still need a lot of people to be on board onto your plan, right? And we're talking about a lot of people. We're talking about the world, my boy, that's a lot of people that have to be, in on the secret or whatever. You get what I'm saying? And never in history has a person been able to to get everyone in line on something. You know what I'm saying? It's just not possible, and more because you need a lot of sociopath and psychopathic people in order for this plan to work, right? And is not and a psychopath and a sociopath cannot get along with another psychopath and sociopath. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, the opposite happens. They actually tend not to like each other. So keeping it, together is gonna be impossible. Um, you know what I mean? Now, do I believe them? Using the media to trick it? Yes, yes, yes. And all for financial means for themselves to benefit off of it. You know what I mean? Those are facts. That they do all that kind of shit. They manipulate. Of course they do. You know what I mean? See, that's all, stuff, for corporations for themselves to self benefit. And the reason why people think that there's like this one plan or whatever is because a lot of these people use the same tactics. So that's why they think it's all connected. But it's just not that. It's just that you have one greedy motherfucker over here and one greedy motherfucker over there. And he's seen that this shit was working for him. So that's why he's doing it now. You know what I mean? But it doesn't mean that it's a big, a chain or whatever. Because people like that are gonna be like, man, why the fuck am I listening to this motherfucker? I just take it over. You know what I'm saying? They start plotting too now, and then they want to knock down the next head. I mean, look at gangs an example when you're dealing with these kind of people that have this kind of mentality, right, of conquering and taking over. What has happened? Don't they end up whacking each other and putting hits on each other? And you see, yes, this is what happens with these kind of behaviors and attitude of people. Look at Hitler assassinating his generals because they were getting a little too cuckoo for his liking. Like, this guy's becoming as crazy as me, and I don't like it. Because they can't take the risk of you potentially wanting to take him out. Now to rule over it all yourself. Because at the end, like you said, there could only be one ruler, and who's gonna be the ruler? And why should these people, listen to him and stuff like that? They're not gonna. You know what I mean? Because that one ruler is not going to want to rule his shit with anybody else, my boy. Mm-hmm. So. Yeah. And if people start coming on here and talking about mind powers and everything, then we're not going to have this conversation. Okay. It's got to make logical sense. Don't come at me with your, magic and your telekinesis and all this. Because then it's like, now it's like, see, like, you guys can't be serious.
I really remember that.
I started. Rosalina's kids don't need to wear masks after the 40. You don't need to wear it in stores anymore. Yeah, over here too. But I just do it just to be, safe. Have you ever tried watermelon around chicken? Have you ever tried watermelon around chicken? It's bomb. What do you mean around chicken? Like, if I'm eating a watermelon in front of a chicken? Well, watermelon with chicken. Yeah? Why? Why? There's people that say it's not good? Shit, chicken goes with everything, my boy. I eat pineapple with everything. Pineapple's good too. I like that shit on my pizza. Many people think that's weird. When are you making the G Life in Mexico videos? I still need like a cool minute for that. You know what I mean? Because there's still other projects that are on the work right now. Like right now, I'm working on. I'll give you guys a sneak peek, a sneak, release of to what's coming. I'm actually working on right now on Sureño and Norteño barrios that have the same names.
Bro, this is like
Because yes, it does happen, and a lot more than people think. There's a lot of Norteño barrios and a lot of Sureño barrios that have the exact same name, exactly the same
bro,
name.
that Canada player. What is he using?
And it's a trip, you know what I mean? Well, you guys will have to wait and see, but it's a trip. It's a trip of how similarity the things in two different parts of California. With same names of streets and buildings and parks and shit like that. It is like, what a coinkydink. How it just turned out to be, like that. Russia dropped a missile on Ukraine's nuclear power plant. It's on fire. Pockets and reckless. Don't put anything past it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that twisted bastard. Nothing will surprise me of him. I got my kids. I tow truck and with so many random people. Yeah, I feel you, my boy. It's a scare tactic. It's all everybody I know who has had COVID takes the most precaution. I've been since I have changed the mask. I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying like, yeah, you could go without your mask and not getting, yeah, yeah. But then the possibility does come where if you do get it, because there's been a lot of people that said that it's all fake, and then they got in it and felt feeling like shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's anybody's gamble. You know what I mean? Just because you haven't got it, Nate, doesn't mean that it's all a bluff. You know what I mean? It just could mean that you actually have a good immune system. Because remember, not everybody's the same. Some people's immune systems are good. Some people's immune systems are bad. Um, that's why I tell people, right, like, because you see, like, there's some people that take drugs and you see them, they go cuckoo or whatever, because not everybody's the same, my boy. You get what I mean? That's why when they prescribe, prescription drugs to you, they have to see how much, you're able to take. That way they can prescribe the amount, needed for you, because you and your brother could be two different amounts. You know what I mean? Because if you take the amount of dosage that he takes, you could potentially overdose or go cuckoo. You know what I'm saying? So since these people are not aware of their, health record or whatever, and they just go buy drugs and then they do it and then they lose their rockers, it's like, yes, and then people are wondering like, why? I did it and nothing happened to me. Yeah, because you and that person have the exact same body, homie, and same immune system.
I know my head.
Tontos. See what happens when people don't go to school? You know? Like, oh, if I could handle this amount of heroin, then he should be able to handle that. I mean, he overdoses. It's like, yeah, You guys are not the same, you morons. So it's not that, people go crazy or something's laced or there's some trickery going on. No, it's just that everybody's body's different. Everybody's different. When they say that we're all born the same or we're all the same, no, we're not, bro. We're not. We are not. You know what I mean? Some people are lactose intolerant. Some people are born athletic. Some people are born dyslexic. Some people, can't eat, solid food. Some people, you know what I mean? Like everybody's different, though. You know. That's the problem, that everybody thinks that everybody's the same. Well, we're not all the same. There's some people that could actually grasp knowledge faster. You know what I mean? And some that are just a little bit slower. We're not all the same. That's why our school system is retarded the way we teach our kids here in America. But hey, that's a topic for a different day. I don't want to make this all educational and people be like, man, here we go again. That's the problem, that a lot of people think that we're all the same. Have you ever seen the channel A Prisoners Awaken? Nah. Is that a new channel? The box that masks are solid. It even says masks don't not work against. Yeah, masks, but it reduces the chances. You get what I'm saying? So it helps, I guess I could say. Because you can still get it even with the mag, whatever. But I'm saying it reduce it. You have a higher chance of not getting it like that. Not saying that it's not 100% foolproof, but you know what I mean. It's something, and I'd rather take a whole little bit of something than a whole lot of nothing. Do you drink only, or you also smoke? No, I only drink, my boy. I never like I had done drugs when I was smaller, but I never liked it. It's never been my thing. I have only really liked drinking, but hey, they face that homie. You ever eat watermelon in front of a chicken shop? Yeah, and I wink and lick my lips while I'm doing it, and the chicken just be like, "Brr."
Yeah.
What time do you go to sleep at your bed? Like at 2:30, like roughly around there. That time, 3ish, por ahí.
Yeah, they're only one more.
See, I'm one of those people that I'm up awake late, but then I wake up like at 11 or 12 sometimes. I'm not a morning person. I don't like the mornings. I hate the mornings. I've never been a morning person. He's mad about the vodka being thrown. uh, listening to lighter shade of brown. That's right, my boy. I was born in El Salvador eating pupusas. Ooh, pupusas are bomb, my boy. Revueltas
I feel like I'm the best in the team.
o de queso o con frijoles.
I'm the best in.
With what's it? Cotija, no?
The guy that did became that.
Those just are bomb. I ain't even gonna lie.
I've seen.
Like pupusas are bomb, my boy. Especially if you find a place that knows how to make them, or if you know somebody that knows how to make them. Because there's some people that make them all greasy, homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, ¿qué es esto?
Oh, yeah.
Or they skip you out, on the middle, like you bite that motherfucker, ain't even nothing in there. Like that, pura masa? Sí, pura maseca. Yeah, I give them that. The pupusas are bomb, fool. They're just as good as tamales.
Dude, I don't want.
Every country has their dishes that are fucking bomb. You know what I mean? Like in what was it? Canada, they have a hot dog made out of a reindeer or some shit like that. Oh, oh, that kind of pupusa. Pues no sé, la mía es mexicana. Oh,
No,
never mind then.
no.
I see. I've been sleeping late. What time you ending? And about in a little bit, we gonna call it a wrap. It's a wrap.
I'm gonna use that.
You
Yeah.
you have any homies from the IE? Yeah, I have a lot of homies out of the IE. I literally, no bullshit, I have homies everywhere, dog. Everywhere. I keep in contact with everybody that I meet, you know what I mean? That I actually hang out, I'm those type of people, like, if this is my camarada, right? If we met each other, right? If he, hey, yeah, whenever I have a party, Kyle, whatever, I actually show up, my boy, you know what I mean? Like, don't invite me, dog, because I'll be there. You get what I'm saying? And, people are like, oh, shit, you actually came. Like, hell yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really, cool with gente like that. So I have homies, por todos los lados. Like, I don't know, like, I've always been able to have, like, cool connections with gente. I guess real recognize real. Why do gangs trip on graphic? Even though they hit up on the walls also. On the graffiti, like taggers? Okay, here's the thing. And I'll try to explain this to people. A barrio is not gonna like another person coming and writing on their stuff, my boy. It's kind of like, put it like this. I'll put it perfect like this. Say you're at your cantona, right? And you take off your shoes, my boy, and you put them on top of your stool. Now, let's say you invite somebody over to your cantona, homie, and the vato takes off his shoes and puts them on your stool. How you gonna feel about that? You know what I mean? Like, how are you gonna feel about that? Like, if you just invite somebody over and he did that. You know what I mean? Or if you're in your house and you go to your fridge and you open your juice and you drink it out of the thing like that, and you invite somebody over and he did that too. Now, how you gonna feel about that? And you could say like, "Hey, homie, you can't be doing that." And then he could be like, "Well, you do it." And then you're gonna be like, "Well, this is my cantona." That's exactly why. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we could write here because it's our barrio. And yes, we could go to the basis of no, people don't really own these streets. Yes, yes, yes. I understand that, but I'm saying that's how they see it. I get that that's not how it is, and people don't own these streets. Yes, I understand that, but I'm saying that that's how they see it, and that's why they do it. Because they don't give a damn about a tiger riding somewhere else. It's not in their barrio. Only they could ride in their barrio, pretty much.
Yeah, didn't you say that?
You get what I mean? But that's why. Because like they gotta respect. You know what I mean?
Don't you feel like when you feel like crack it back, but you can't? You
You
go
know.
like, oh, and it does like.
Because you can't let people think that they can do whatever they want in your neighborhood. Kind of like when you invite people to your house, you just can't do whatever they want. Where did you live in North Hollywood? Like at what street? I lived on Hart and Agnes. On Hart and Agnes, as soon as you turn on Hart and Agnes, you see that there's some apartments in the corner, and then next to those apartments, you see that there's a little house. I used to live in the house next to that house, right there. Born and raised, which is now my tia's cantona. My tia still lives there. But yeah, and my primo. But yep. But that's where I grew up. Those were my stomping yard. And then we moved. We moved after that. We had moved to Riverside, right there on where the Tom's Burgers at in North Hollywood, right there on Riverside. There was a comic book place, comic book store right on the corner, and there's this big warehouse that's still there. The warehouse is still there, and there's an alley, right? And that's where the guys from Clanton used to kick it at. And then we lived in the house next to that. And that's how the pedo started between us and Clanton. And then after that, we had moved back to the hood, but this time on Simpson. And then from that, we ended up in Arleta. So, yeah. But still on the Valle.
You in it? Wait, are you in?
Yeah, man, there's on Redford and Hart. All right.
Oh, so,
That's right.
so see.
Where the church is at, no?
Video.
Yeah, it's all good though. Yeah, I feel you, my boy. Yeah, but you would always catch me roaming around, throughout the block. You still catch me. From Morella, Simpson, Hines, Gentry, Bowles, DeHaan,
Have you seen this one?
Ben, Agnes, all of that. We end up from one homie's house and we end up going, to another homie's house. We just be bouncing from house to house on a day to day. Or they walk to 7-Eleven and walk back. Or walk to the Valley Plaza Park and then walk back.
Okay, yeah, that video was good,
Yeah, next to the church. Yeah, see, boy. That's always been that spot. That's why the church has always been able to keep there. That was one spot homies weren't allowed to tag on. You get your ass beat if you were to ride on that. Found that the hard way. Found that out the hard way. Like, oh, you guys should have told me which ones we were allowed to ride on and which ones we weren't. Because it works like that sometimes in the hood. You'll be surprised. There's certain walls you can't ride on. Like, no. So you can hit up on those walls, but not on that wall. Yeah, because that's where the homie's tia lives, and oh, okay. It's like a trap. I'm just trying to find out where.
Hello?
I used to live on Benoni Land. All right, that's right. Yeah, you're close by. You were at Victory Boulevard too? Yeah, No Hope's always just been beautiful city of mine. Even if it has all the chaos that it has, ain't no city like my city. Well, I'm pretty sure we all feel like that about our cities. You know what I mean? I think anywhere anybody's born in when they're young, I think that's how I think they're gonna have pride in the city they come from, even if you're not gang related or whatever. You hold some kind of like pride in the city you come from, the area you come from, even if that's a trip if you really think about it, because people that are not gang related, right, find a hard time understanding why these individuals feel the way that they feel about these areas. But if you really look at it, they also have pride in the areas that they come from, because it's I think it's rare when I meet a person that doesn't have pride in the city they grew up in. A lot of people are prideful in where they come from. Like, oh, I'm from Arkansas or or whatever. But everyone has pride in the cities they're born and come from. You know what I mean? Should they say that shit properly? And they actually really don't like when people be disrespecting the city, even though the city's not yours. It doesn't. You're not gang related. You know what I mean? They get offended when they disrespect the area they come from, and it's like, why? And the reason that you give on why is the same reason these individuals. So whenever you're looking to ask them why they feel the same thing, I mean, just look at why you feel that way, and I mean, it's the same feeling. You get what I mean? Because it's rare that I meet an individual that's not prideful in where they come from, the area they come from. I think we could all. I think I could honestly say that we're all prideful in whatever we come from. There's no place like home. Yeah, exactly. You know, you don't got to be a gang member for that. You're gonna feel some type of way about the area you come from. Like for some odd reason, like your area always has the best places and like the best. Like, oh no, but there's a spot right there, fool, right there in my area. Ooh, hey, fool, there's no spot. That's the best one, homie, the best one. Everyone says that shit. You know what I mean? Like, nah, fool, donde yo vengo vienen las mejores viejas, güey. Nah, yeah, right here, that shh. Yeah, they right there. They fix the best cars. They fix the. You could buy the best lawnmowers right there. Like, no, they got the best everything, my boy. And people always look. They're more comfortable in the area that they grew up in. Like whenever they have, like, let's say wherever they're gonna go do their taxes or fix the tire of their car, they're gonna go back to the area that they know. Like, nah, there's a shop right here. My boy, driving over there, you pass like 7 fucking tire shops to end up on this one that's gonna charge you the same and do the same jale, dog. Pero porque como es tu área, güey. How down are you, G? I'm not down at all, my boy. uh, nah, I'm up.
But I ain't coming in Modern Warfare.
I don't know. I don't really believe in none of that. You know what I mean? If a person handles his, he handles his. He's not, the downest person. There's no such thing as the downest person or the downest fool. A person just handles his and he handles his. You know what I mean? Those are like those like games are like, oh, who's the downest or the crazy, like those are like games that only like little kids play. You know what I mean? Like,
No, I never thought that.
in reality, that's not how the world works. They took down the church. I know. They dismantled a whole lot, my boy. All those apartments and you know. Well, they paid the gente that lead because my homies. Some of them had to move obviously because they demolished them. But they gave them feria and relocation and shit like that. But it's gentrification, my boy. It comes with it. But that's the thing, though. That's not gonna stop. Because how they put new apartments now, right? Right there. There's already homies that live in those apartments, so it's like their plan of gentrification is not working. Because the homies are already staying in those apartments, so it's like, yeah, like these fools literally think that these fools can't afford these places. Or gente really does think that gang members live with their mother, huh? No te miento, in my hood. I'm not even bullshitting about this. In my hood, and we're like about 300 deep.
But how am I supposed to buy when I only got a pistol? When I fit you
In my
guys,
hood,
told me to meet.
there's maybe only on everything I love.
I know, yeah, but I couldn't.
Maybe only like 15 homies that actually stay with their parents, and every other homie has their own cantona. And we're talking 300 deep. And I'm not even lying or making these numbers up, my boy. And every homie that I know from other barrios, whether it's Wyfits, my homies from Wyfits, Vianney, Florence, they all have their own paths too, my boy. You know what I mean? Like, it's rare I meet a homie that and the reason why homies that stay with their parents is because they have a disability or they just got out. You know what I mean? They haven't planted their feet yet.
Yeah.
But other than that, homies have their own paths, my boy. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, but I get it why people do it, because they want to make it seem like you get nothing out of this life, and so like I understand why it's sad, and why it's done. And then people just repeat it. The reason why people say, "Oh, it's not you still live with your mother and everything," is because they hear that that's what other people say and they just repeat it, my boy. It's not because they actually know people, and they see, it's just that they repeat what's already out there. They repeat that these people are dumb. They repeat that these people live with their parents. They repeat that these people don't work. They repeat. It's just repeating the repeating, but you're repeating a whole lot of shit that's not true. But motherfuckers ain't gonna sit there and try to correct you. Got time for that. You're wrong. I know who is the downest. Flicks. Oh, the homie right there's the downest. He thinks it. Yeah, like I never care on like looking to be the downest or the crazy. Like all of that stuff's irrelevant to me. You know what I mean? There's not like I know that there's other people that really want like to say it and I'm the downer. There's no one downer like me. Like sounds like those people are very insecure about themselves. It's almost like they have to keep reminding themselves, They have to remind the world and themselves all the time. Like, nah, I'm downer, homie. I be laying out every vato I have gotten down with, fool. I knocked them out, homie. Shit, I never lost a fight, fool. I be bombing on fool, dropping fool left to right. Like wow, look at you, huh? Make sure you plant that story in, huh? It's a whole lot of insecurity going on. I have won fights. I have lost fights. I have gotten knocked out and woken up in hospitals, my boy. You know what I'm saying? You win some, you lose some. That's how it is. For vatos to really be thinking that they have never, when they say they never lost a fight and stuff like that, either something, my boy, either they lie, my boy, or they really have not gotten in a fight or fought that much. Yeah, I've been in a lot of fights, a gang of them. And I won some of them and I lost some of them, you know what I mean? And like I said, I've been knocked out and everything like that.
2 minutes.
For fools to be saying otherwise, they can't live with the truth, my boy. You know what I mean? I'd rather live in the truth than live with the lies. Like, you got knocked out before. I'm fine with the truth, you know what I mean? I can live with that. I can't live with the lies. Like if I were to be like, no, I never, and just living with the fact that I said that, nah, I can't do that. That shit's just gonna be eating away at me. Like, I can't believe it. You fucking told him that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit's gonna be driving me crazy, dog. That shit is. That should be eating away at me. We really can't do lies.
It's sorted out.
Biden and put it. Who could crip walk? Biden, because he's actually crippled. How can you tell you're not down? How can you tell someone's not down? Well, if they don't handle themselves, if they let themselves, then they're not down. You know what I mean? If they let another man walk over them, then they're not down. Now, how can you tell if a person's not down? It's gonna be the person that has a big mouth. It's gonna be the person that's always barking a good one. The person that's always hyping himself up. Like he's the best fighter and that he can knock out anybody and that it's always gonna be those people are always gonna be the ones that always break on everything I love. Ask any homie that has been incarcerated, homie. No lie. Ask any homie that's been busted. Ask them about the vatos that have the big mouth, the ones that be saying that, they be doing all this and that. Ask them how long they last, my boy. They never last, dog. If you want to know there's something iffy going on, my boy, somebody that talks a good one, that's always barking, man, I be knocking motherfuckers out, dog, man, fuck you and your mother, homie, I'll slap you and your... Those are the fools that are not about nothing, my boy. They're not about nothing, dog. They're not about nothing. That's why they need to put up this image, this front, right? They need to put up this act, They need to be tricking people that they're like this. Because they're not like that, dog. See, while other people are more relaxed and people will be like, oh, well, you lame and you'd be like, all right, well, cool, whatever. It's because you already know what you have done. And you know that people that know you know what you're about. So you're not worried about, what people think. You get what I'm saying? Because, you know that you and your squad know, but these people, they know that the people they know cannot verify what they're saying, or back them up. So they got to give off this illusion. You know what I mean? They always have to keep working for that status. They can't take how could I say? They can't take no time out, dog. You know what I mean? They gotta be working overtime because they know that there's no one that could verify their stories. You know what I mean? There's no one that could actually, back up what they're saying. So that's why they have to be kicking it into hyperdrive. Well, me, it's like, if you think I'm lame, you can just go and ask any of my homies or anybody right there, you know what I mean? Or any of my enemies, for that matter. You get what I mean? So, you don't have nothing to sweat because, if they ask the people that know you, then you're cool. While these fools know that they're, like it's not the same. They don't have that luxury, so it's like they always got to be putting up that front, you know.
Alex is gonna like his headphones.
That so when you see people talking a good one and or talking like this, oh me, see people think that those are the real gang members, but in reality, people that come from the streets, that's how you're able to know who's real and who's not. At least if you're from the streets, because you know that that's not how homies. My boy, you're used to gang members around you your whole entire life. You know that that's not how they behave. You know what I mean? You know that that's not how they act. So when these fools be like, here, oh, Raleigh, Charlene, then you already know, like, yeah, you get what I mean? Because you're so, how can I say, you're so used to being a gang member, having them around you that it comes, it comes naturally. While these other fools, you could tell that they're faking it. They're trying too hard.
No way, actually, 99.
And it's like, well, why do you have to be trying too hard? Because they know that they got no merit. You know? All these modern apartments. Yeah, because they think they could run the gangs out, but they can't.
I know, yeah.
The only way you're gonna run the gangs out, my boy, is if you understand the problem and you raise your kids better, so they don't want to join gangs. Because those gang members are already there. You can't do anything about them. What's there is already there. But if you raise these kids to be better and they don't want to join gangs, now these gangs don't have no one to recruit. And guess what? Time hits. These people get old. So they get old. There's no one else to recruit. Ta-da! Gangs die out. It's that easy. But if people don't want to take care of their kids and really don't want to own up to the responsibilities, then these kids, want to join gangs. You know what I mean? Or they'll create their own gangs. Because they're looking to substitute the, that bond. You know. But people think that it's these individuals, like because they're walking into your pads and taking your kids. It's crazy. I didn't buy it far. Or blue. My hand a little refer. That's why I kind of started watching your shit. Oh, serio? That's right. Well, welcome.
What?
The barbers be getting tagged up every day. I know. Nah, but Floyd Mayweather can't. He doesn't. Floyd Mayweather doesn't do it like he does it to hype up his how can I say his like his fights. That was smart when it comes to money. He knows what could get people attention and what to draw them in. So he does it. He does it out of financial mean. It's a publicity. So it's a stunt, and nonetheless, he does it just for sure. Because when they talk to him, he says that he does. That's the reason why he does. So it's an act. Even he says it's an act. So that goes to show, right? Even he said that's an act that they put up. Yeah, it is. It's a front. Like you gotta, if you notice that the dog that's gonna bite you is always the dog that barks the least. You know what I mean? You go and pet that fool. He's not even making no sound. You touch that fool's head, and that fool just bites at you. You see that fool's tail's not moving. Yeah, And he's not barking. If he's stiff, my boy, he's not barking, and his tail is not moving. My boy, you should probably step away, dog, because it's about to get awfully vicious. You know what I mean? Compared to another dog, he's just barking and barking and barking, whatever. Then you go in there, you realize that dog's not about shit. He runs away, whatever. But if the dog is quiet, my boy, and his tail's not wagging or moving, my boy, then you should be concerned. Even in animals, you're able to see it. You know what I mean? Before they strike, they're very, very quiet before they strike. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing all that rah rah. And that's facts, my boy. Even human, because remember, well, I was gonna bring up evolution and everything like that, but I don't want to offend all the religious people. Because we're creatures ourselves. You know what I mean? That's why we have a lot of similarities to animals. Because of evolution. But if you're religious, I mean, more power to you, and I'm not offending or nothing. You have your beliefs, I have mine. So, because I actually believe in evolution and all that. But that's just my that's my take on the matters. But hey, we go end it right here. Gracias for you guys, staying tuned right here and keeping me company. And likewise, we'll catch you guys.